rise and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome to RPtv. Today is Friday, March 25th, 2022. For quite some time, people all over the country have been up in arms about the price of gas. But now, a man in Massachusetts may have the solution to the problem. Let's go to Cooper for that report.
Rick Madrea has taken to riding his electric unicycle to work, saving on gas and cutting his commute time in the process. It's more convenient and it's obviously more fun, he said. His ride has no seat or handlebars, just places for his feet. Can go up to 70 or 80 miles in one charge and reaches up to miles of 40 miles per hour, although he rarely goes that fast. It literally takes me 4 minutes to get to work versus about 8 minutes in a vehicle, he said. He's allowed to ride on the sidewalk, but usually sticks to the road, keeping the shoulder when possible. He can also move to the front of the line at red lights, like cyclists, he said. His advice to those interested in buying an electric unicycle is to wear protective and reflective gear and be respectful of pedestrians. It's the future. In 10 or 20 years, I'm sure I won't even have to bring it up, he said.
This Saturday, on the 26th of March, you have a chance to participate in an event that happens only once a year. It spreads awareness to a problem that's spreading like wildfire. That problem is climate change. This event is called Earth Hour. From 8:30 to 9:30, shut off your lights. Also, make sure when going in and out of rooms during the day, shut the lights off once you leave the room. Not only does this act unite people, it also spreads awareness to climate change. Some problems that come along with climate change are bleached coral reefs, more intense storms and more frequent droughts, the melting of the polar ice caps, and more, such as heat waves. Please take time out of your life and participate in this event. Climate change is real and it's spreading faster than you think. Stay aware and stay educated.
Now it's time for announcements. Garden Club's next meeting to be announced. We also need to do work outside to get ready for the new Bunny Pavilion built by Mr. Chin. Also, please save glass jars for our Mother's Day project we will work on during the next meeting when it rains. Polka, Spanish Club, and Art Club will be hosting a multicultural fashion show on Wednesday, April 6th at 4 p.m. You can purchase tickets during lunches in the library. Student cost is $2. The RPHS Theater Department is pleased to invite you to the 2022 RPHS Theater production of Willy Wonka. Our performances will be March 31st at 7:30 p.m., April 1st at 7:30 p.m., and 2 shows April 2nd at 1 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale now. Log on to showtix4u.com to order your tickets. Anime Club is holding a spirit wear sale. To place an order, see an Anime Club member. Cash or checks made payable to RPHS can be sent to Ms. Amoroso. All orders are due by the end of the day on April 7th. Social Awareness Spirit Week. The week of April 4th to 8th, the district will hold our annual celebration with Spirit Week, and culminating with Family Movie Night on Friday, April 8th at 5:30 p.m. at RPMS. Crisis Center applications for the 2022-2023 school year are available to rising juniors and seniors in the class of 2023 and 2024 Google Classroom. All applications are due by April 8th. It's time to start getting ready for Six Flags Great Adventure Safari. As changes and improvements have been made to enhance the experience, Alana has the details.
Six Flags will be adding new animals and new programs for the 2022 season. Guests will encounter new animals and notice several enhancements to their experience when the Six Flags Safari reopens for the season. The new additions are highlighted by Sawyer, a 6-year-old southern white rhinoceros, and 3 giraffe calves. Other animals who will make their debut at Six Flags Wild Safari Drive-Thru Adventure in 2022 are a pair of sable antelope calves and 2 Asian water buffalo calves. American bison, zebra, kangaroo, and Dama gazelle will also join the safari throughout the spring. Visitors who have visited in previous years will also notice a new audio tour. In addition, the 5-mile road that takes guests through the safari has been widened and paved, and the safari entrance has also been refurbished. The audio tour will be able to be streamed from mobile devices. Six Flags has also beefed up its educational programs. Among the additions is Safari Off-Road Education, an offering in which guests ride in a giant off-road vehicle with a personal tour guide and driver. Visitors choosing this option will have a chance to feed giraffes and interact up close with small animals. While the safari is now open, the theme park will open on April 2nd.
Stay tuned, we will be right back.
It's clean, the air is fresh, and the soil is rich and full of life.
Where we enjoy the resources nature provides in a sustainable and responsible way.
Where world leaders put the well-being of the planet above politics.
Where innovation and technology is used to improve our lives, but not at the expense of nature.
I want to live in a future where my children can pursue their dreams without worrying about the extreme weather, pandemics, and food shortage.
I want to live in a future where we can all look back and know that we have done the right thing.
We are a part of nature, and nature is a part of us.
And nature provides us with everything we have and everything we need.
Yet we're emptying the very forests, oceans, and rivers that provide us life.
As we adapt our lives to deal with the greatest public health crisis of the century, we have opportunity to reset our relationship with nature and create a future where people and nature thrive together.
7,000 cities across the world are dimming their lights for
the global Lights Out campaign.
The campaign involves people switching off their lights for an hour.
Raise awareness about climate change and the environment.
Earth Hour 2022 will be a key moment for us all to unite and show our resolve to shape a nature-positive future.
Join us on March 26th
at 8:30 p.m.
for Earth Hour.
Earth Hour.
Earth Hour.
And together, shape the future of our one and shared hope.
In this make or break year, let your actions and voices send a clear message to leaders everywhere. Now is the time to be bold and ambitious. We all must do our part to safeguard our planet. Together, we can build a brighter and more prosperous future.
We must come together, from governments, businesses to every individual across society.
Let's come together to protect our planet.
Protect our one shared home.
When we come together,
we can make a change.
Let's shape our future.
Let's shape our future.
Let's shape our future.
Let's shape our future.
Together possible.
Together possible.
Together possible.
We are in this together.
That's it for us today. Thanks for watching RPtv. Have a great weekend and stay tuned for CNN 10.
We have made it to Friday. Awesome. I'm Carl Azus. I'm your anchor here at CNN 10, and we start today in the European nation of Belgium. At a news conference yesterday at the NATO headquarters in Brussels, U.S. President Joe Biden said America had sent $2 billion worth of military equipment to help Ukrainian forces fight Russia. He announced the U.S. would spend more than $1 billion on humanitarian aid for Ukrainian civilians and hundreds of millions on pro-democracy and human rights efforts in Ukraine and other nations. Analysts say the conflict in Ukraine has created the worst refugee crisis in Europe since World War II. The United Nations estimates that 3.5 million Ukrainians have left their country, mostly for other European nations, though more than 270,000 are believed to have gone into Russia. President Biden said yesterday that America would allow 100,000 Ukrainians to move to the United States. The U.S. is a member and the biggest contributor to the NATO alliance of North American and European countries. And though Ukraine is not a member of that alliance, the U.S. president said it was standing together in opposing Russia's invasion.
Putin was banking on NATO being split. My early conversation with him in December and early January was clear to me he didn't think we could sustain this cohesion. NATO has never been more united than it is today. Putin is getting exactly the opposite what he intended to have as a consequence of going into Ukraine.
The Russian government said yesterday that NATO's decision to support Ukraine proves the alliance wants the conflict there to continue. And it said the weapons that NATO is sending to Ukraine's military are, quote, reaping terrible results. Meantime, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky asked NATO for more weapons, including tanks, defenses against air attacks, and fighter jets. But that's one thing the U.S. has resisted sending to Ukraine. It's concerned that Russia would see the fighter jets as going too far, that they'd be viewed as an American expansion of the conflict. At this point, there's no end in sight to it. Extensive destruction can be seen in Ukrainian cities, and both Ukraine and Russia have lost thousands of troops in the war. NATO leaders are trying to figure out what to do if Russia changes its tactics and uses more deadly weapons, like chemical or nuclear weapons. President Biden said America would respond if Russia made a chemical attack, but that how the U.S. responds would depend on how the weapons were used. In the past, Russia has promised not to make or use chemical arms, and officials say there's no evidence they've been used in this conflict. 10-second trivia. Which of these animals is not considered endangered? Snow leopard, slender-snouted crocodile, basking shark, or giant otter? The International Union for the Conservation of Nature classifies all these animals as endangered except the snow leopard. The snow leopard used to be on the IUCN's red list of endangered species, and the animal is still considered vulnerable. Encyclopedia Britannica says there are between 2,500 and 10,000 snow leopards left in the wild, though other estimates put the number much lower. Their population is reportedly decreasing, though, and there are several possible reasons why. One is that they may be hunted for their use in traditional Chinese medicine. Disease may play a factor, as might loss of their natural habitat, but snow leopards are also known to attack the livestock of nearby farmers, so a conservationist is taking action to protect their livelihood while also protecting the snow leopards themselves.
It is really a spectacular area of the world, and especially in winter it's so beautiful. The sense of remoteness, the sense of isolation is very acute, and when you go further higher up or deeper into the heart of the mountains, there is a very good chance that a snow leopard might walk right in front of me. The first time I heard a snow leopard roar, I still remember a long time ago. And suddenly I heard this roaring call. I mean, if anything, it was just sheer wildness. My name is Shafqat Hussain. I'm a professor of anthropology at Trinity College in Hartford, Connecticut. I work on a snow leopard conservation project in northern Pakistan that has been running for the last 20 years. I have never seen a snow leopard in the wild. You're dealing with an animal that is very, very elusive, and its habitat is very difficult to study. Many times I have told my colleagues when we are setting up camera traps or doing surveys that I'm sure that a snow leopard is watching me from somewhere up there. The snow leopards are incessant communicators. I wonder what they would do if they had, all this new social media technology, right? Because just like we human beings, we are always connecting. And you can see the snow leopard, doing the same by leaving all these marks in their territory. Whether it's a spray or leaving their cheek hair, as if these cats are trying to communicate with other cats in this big, vast and empty landscape. We have been working in close to 25 villages in the region of Baltistan. 95% of these people keep livestock, and they also have small agricultural fields. And every now and then their livestock gets attacked by predators such as snow leopard. That really brings a huge economic loss for these people. So then they retaliate by attacking and killing these predators. We have set up close to 20 small micro-insurance programs where local people get compensated for their losses. The other strategy is to construct predator-proof corrals, because that is very impactful in the long run in reducing mortality from snow leopard attacks. We are also implementing a conservation education program. Unless we get the human equation side right, it's very difficult to sustain any conservation effort in the long run. We think that in our area we can claim that snow leopard population is stable. There's also a threat from climate change and global warming with receding ice line. But I think snow leopards will definitely be around for a long, long time. I hope that in the years to come, snow leopard sighting will become a everyday phenomenon.
Doug was thought to be a potato. It smelled like a potato, it tasted like a potato, it didn't really look like a potato, and sadly for the New Zealand couple that dug up Doug, it's not a potato. After finding Doug in their garden, they thought they'd stumbled across a record-sized spud. Doug weighed 17.4 pounds. But after extensive research and DNA analysis, experts concluded that Doug is a tuber of a type of gourd that might have come from a choco. Even if they were grounded, they weren't totally disappointed. They still had something tuber, and they could always put on their nightshades and start looking to spud the roots of another side for their vegetable. All they gotta do at this point is to keep their eyes peeled. Alright. I'm Carl Azus. Today's shout out takes us to Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania, where we are happy to see you, the students of Boiling Springs High School. We hope all y'all have a great weekend.